Upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a small village named Dara. It was surrounded by dense forests and tall mountains. People in the village lived simple lives, farming their lands and telling old stories by the fire. Among these stories, the most famous one was about a hidden cave deep in the mountains. Inside that cave, they said, lived a powerful genie who could grant any wish. But no one who had ever gone in search of the cave had returned. Many villagers believed it was just a tale to scare children, but a young boy named Zayan thought differently. He was brave and full of curiosity. Unlike others, he wanted to find the hidden cave and meet the genie. He had heard that the genie could change anyone's fate, and Zayan wished to bring fortune to his poor family. One evening, as the sun was setting behind the mountains, Zayan packed a small bag with food, a lantern, and a rope. He told his mother he was going on a short trip and set off toward the mountains. The path was rough, covered with thick trees and thorny bushes. Strange sounds echoed in the darkness, but Zayan did not stop. He was determined. After walking for hours, he finally saw a narrow opening between two large rocks. It was just as the stories had described. His heart pounded with excitement. He squeezed through the opening and found himself inside a dark tunnel. The air was cold, and the ground was damp. He lit his lantern and carefully moved forward. Suddenly, he heard a deep voice. "Who dares enter my cave?" The voice was so powerful that the ground trembled. Zayan froze. Then, gathering all his courage, he stepped forward and said, "My name is Zayan. I have come to meet you, great genie." A gust of wind blew through the cave, and before him appeared a towering figure with glowing blue eyes and a long golden robe. It was the genie. "Why have you come, little one?" the genie asked. Zayan bowed respectfully. "I have heard you grant wishes. I want to help my family. We are very poor. I wish for wealth." The genie stroked his long beard and smiled. "Wealth, you say? But everything comes with a price. Are you ready for the challenge?" Zayan nodded without hesitation. The genie clapped his hands, and suddenly, the cave walls lit up with sparkling gems. "To earn your fortune, you must pass 3 tests. If you succeed, your wish shall be granted. If you fail, you will be trapped here forever. Do you accept?" Zayan gulped, but he knew he couldn't turn back now. "I accept," he said firmly. The first test was the trial of courage. The genie led him to a bridge made of thin ropes hanging over a deep, dark pit. "Cross this bridge without fear," the genie commanded. Zayan took a deep breath and stepped onto the bridge. It swayed dangerously, but he kept his eyes forward and walked slowly. Halfway through, a strong wind blew, almost knocking him off. His heart pounded, but he gripped the ropes tightly and moved forward. As he took another step, a few of the ropes snapped. He gasped but held on, carefully shifting his weight. Sweat dripped down his forehead. With one final step, he reached the other side, breathing heavily. The genie nodded in approval. "You have passed the first test," he said. "But the next challenge will not be so easy." The second test was the trial of wisdom. The genie placed 3 golden chests before him. One chest contains your fortune, one contains nothing, and one holds a curse. Choose wisely. Zayan thought carefully. He remembered an old saying, "True treasures are hidden in the simplest places." He examined the chests closely. One had intricate carvings of dragons, another was covered in sparkling gems, and the last was small and plain. He touched the smallest chest and felt warmth coming from it. Trusting his instincts, he opened it. To his relief, golden coins spilled out. He had chosen correctly. The genie smiled. "You are wise, young one. Now, for the final test." The last test was the trial of kindness. The genie led Zayan to a small cage where a tiny bird with golden feathers was trapped. "Set the bird free, and you may take what you wish. Leave it and you take nothing." Zayan looked at the bird. It was shivering and afraid. Without hesitation, he opened the cage, and the bird flew out, singing happily. As it disappeared, the cave began to glow brightly. Suddenly, the bird returned, carrying a small shining gem in its beak. It dropped the gem into Zayan's hand before flying away. The genie laughed. "You have proven yourself brave, wise, and kind. You are worthy of your wish." With a wave of his hand, the cave filled with gold, precious jewels, and fine clothes. "Take what you can carry, and may fortune always follow you." Zayan bowed deeply. He took only what he needed and thanked the genie. As he left the cave, he felt a warm light surround him. The moment he stepped outside, the cave vanished into thin air. When he returned to the village, his family was overjoyed. He shared his fortune with the poor, built a school for children, and became known as the boy who found the hidden cave and returned. But he never told anyone exactly where the cave was, for he knew that only those who were truly worthy could ever find it. Years passed, and Zayan became a wise and generous leader in the village. The story of the genie of the hidden cave lived on, inspiring many for generations to come. And so, the legend remained a mystery, waiting for the next brave soul to seek it out.